It's finally time for a new Nissan Pathfinder, and this new one looks way tougher and smarter than the softy 3-road that came before it. And it's not just good looks. There's a new transmission inside, hallelujah, plus a boatload of added convenience and safety gear. This is our first chance to get hands-on, so let's dig in. The story of Nissan's Pathfinder SUV is a lot like the story of many of us. When we were young, we were carefree, and let's face it, we were simpler. Many of us were outdoorsy and adventuresome, and as we got older and had families, we got smarter, but we also got softer and way more practical. Eventually, maybe after looking a little too closely in the mirror, some of us went back to the gym. If we were really ambitious, we might have even tried to learn new skills or get comfortable with the latest tech. That is this new 5th-gen Pathfinder. On sale this summer, the Pathfinder nameplate is now 35 years old, and it has the childbearing hips to prove it. But you'd never know without looking really closely. This fresh face here finally says SUV more than it says tall wagon. Up front, there's a new 3-slat V-motion grille that's designed to remind this middle-aged crossover of the hard-body outfit it wore back in the 80s. And these staple gun-shaped LED headlights, well, they deliver a piercing stare. Even the body sides look different, with toned fenders and a shark-like dorsal fin that contrasts with a blacked-out greenhouse. And out back, the Pathfinder gets a much more planted look, featuring narrow 4-piece tail lamps and billboard lettering to emphasize width. Even though this is fundamentally the same chassis as last year, most people won't have a clue what's underneath. If the last generation's look whispered mall finder, this 2022 says, yeah man, I'm up for camping. If anything, this interior's transformation is even more dramatic. The dashboard is all new and far more modern than its button-heavy, small-screened predecessor. There's a new 9-inch infotainment display, and it's mounted like a tablet to keep this IP low so that the interior feels significantly airier. This is a pre-production model, so I can't show you everything, but I can tell you that the new display here is a lot crisper. I can't show you the heads-up display, but it's great that it has one. And you can check out the all-digital gauge cluster. I'm guessing you've already noticed the smaller electronic shifter borrowed from the Rogue. I didn't love its kind of weird spring-loaded return to center feel in that vehicle, and the same is true here, but it does save space and you do get used to it. On the redesigned, better-feeling steering wheel, you'll find a new blue button. That's for ProPilot Assist with NaviLink. This Level 2 hands-on system combines adaptive cruise control with lane centering, and it uses map data to know when to slow down for corners and exits. Don't worry, the kids are looked after better too. The Pathfinder comes standard with seating for 8, including a second-row bench with a smarter one-touch sliding mechanism. Or there's this setup, which features a pair of captain's chairs with a middle console that can be removed without tools. Nissan says the 2022 Pathfinder is quieter inside too, thanks to more sound insulation in the doors and floor, plus new laminated front glass and thicker second-row glass. The company claims that engine noise is down 60%. Heck, you won't even have to listen to the CVT's whine when you put your foot in the throttle anymore because it's not there. The old continuously variable transmission made by Jatco did help with fuel economy, but even though Nissan's engineers did their best, it still didn't make for a great driving experience. Plus, early last-gen Pathfinders had a history of costly transmission problems, so good riddance. In the CVT's place is a conventional 9-speed automatic, which can still tow a class-leading 6,000 pounds. I'm guessing this new gearbox might be the Pathfinder's biggest quality of life upgrade. That, or maybe the retuned electric power steering, or maybe the new 7-mode drive selector on all-wheel drive models. I'm not really sure, there's just a lot of new stuff in here. Now, we've come all this way and we haven't even talked about the engine. That's because it's so familiar. It's the same 3.5-liter V6 with the same 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. Thus, you can probably expect similar performance and fuel economy. Alright, so this new Pathfinder is smarter and more comfortable than before, and it looks a lot tougher, even though it probably isn't actually any more capable off-road. So, is it finally as good as Hyundai's Palisade, Kia's Telluride, or the Toyota Highlander? Well, I'm gonna let you know when I get my hands on the wheel and get the chance to drive this Tennessee-built SUV later this year. Hey, let me know if you like the look of this new Pathfinder. You can leave me a comment and then be sure to like and subscribe so that you get all of our latest new car and truck reviews, including my new Ford Ranger Tremor off-road test. And then make sure to head on over to theroadshow.com.